welcome back to 77 Weekly. This episode, we have a special guest with us, a member from the gym, Tom Bramhall. He is here with us. Tom, you're going to have to speak into that microphone. No, you don't need the headphones if you don't want. We also have Coach Preston here.
What's up?
So we're going to talk a little bit about Tom's story as far as what he does, because he's got an interesting fitness training protocol, goals, all that kind of stuff. Preston does the programming for Tom. I'm actually friends with Tom, so I know a lot of what he's doing too. So should be a pretty fun one. Tom, first off, tell us what your big event is that you were training for all of 2020, and kind of explain what that is.
So late fall of 2019, I just wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to kind of challenge myself, mentally, physically, and I thought it'd be a good reason to get in good shape and do all those things. And I'd been following a lot of kind of the special forces guys on Instagram, and just kind of one thing led to another. Ended up on this page called SEAL Fit, and SEAL Fit, they have a program. They're located out in California, but they've got a program called Kokoro. And I was like, well, what is Kokoro? So I started looking into it a little bit more, and Navy SEAL Commander Mark Devine had put together a program that was to kind of help anybody that was kind of in the civilian world kind of go to like a mini BUDS like boot camp, so to speak. So I think the BUDS training, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's about 110 hours. So it's like 5 or 6 days of basic sleep deprivation and ass kicking. And so they've kind of made a civilian version of it, which is about 55 hours, give or take, and it's kind of the same kind of thing. So you train for it, and then head out to the San Diego area, and then get your ass beat for 55 hours with no sleep, sand and surf, pull-ups, push-ups. You're a sissy, do it again.
It's basically SEAL training that a civilian can do.
Yep, basically.
And so you're reading this stuff and you're like, so I don't get to sleep for basically 55 hours. I just get the crap kicked out of me. That sounds fun. I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to do. That's how I want to go spend my Californian trip.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. It sounds completely insane.
You're close to San Diego.
Why would anybody
You're close.
want to do that? I think part of it for me is, when I was like fresh out of high school, I was like, I kind of entertained going, into the military, and just, never did it, obviously. And I think just I'm 39 years old now, and it's like, just looking for something different, trying to spice things up a little bit, do something a little bit different. I asked everybody I knew if they would like train with me to do this thing, and everybody's like, nah, you're on your own. So
that's
I'm kind of doing it on my own, but do have a big support group, Preston being one of those, is doing all my programming and everything. So yeah, it's definitely not for everybody, but we'll see. COVID kind of pushed us back a little bit this past year. We were supposed to go July 17th of 2019, and then
Thought that was going to get pushed back till October.
Yep.
And got bad news there.
Yep. October got pushed again, and then so now we're set up for July of 2021. So like 2 years of SEAL Fit training.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible. That sounds absolutely terrible. So, Preston, when he comes to you and says, hey, man, I want to do this, can you help me prepare for it? What was your thoughts?
Well, so Crowder, one of the former owners of 77, had went into it, and
He did SEAL Fit, right? Didn't he do it?
He went out to Kokoro.
Okay.
Yeah, he did it. Zeno, which is one of our friends and also used to be a gym member, he'd also done it and completed. And I think there was a guy, Ryan Kidd, that was a former gym or CrossFit 77 guy.
Is that the guy that gave me my free tequila?
That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting for like some free bourbon or something, Ryan. So if you're out there, look, I don't know about this.
If you want to put any
but
more bike challenges out there, I would gladly accept those for your tequila donations. So I appreciate that.
And Ryan, I realize we've never met, but you're sending some nice bottles down, so
Yep.
Help a brother out.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, but when Tom came to me, I had an idea of kind of what, looking at, what those guys go through and what it took. And luckily I had Tom in class and kind of knew from coaching him what we needed to work on. some leg strength, a lot of core strengthening, a lot of core strengthening, a lot of shoulder stability work, a lot of mobility work. There was a lot to cover, but the main thing I wanted him to do is be able to handle all the volume that I would have to throw at him toward the end and not be injured. That was kind of like the main thing that went through my head. Let's get this guy ready. Let's get his legs strong and enduring. Let's get his back and his core strong and enduring. His shoulders the same way, and then we can start implementing, an uptick in volume and stuff. He's already a pretty aerobic guy. We've done a lot of work there too. All of his workouts are typically in the 30 to 40, even 50-minute range, some well above that, and he's handling those with no problem. So I don't think, right now, his main issue is dealing with a little bit of a shoulder problem, and we're working around that, letting him heal from that. Luckily, it's been pushed back. I think it was kind of a blessing.
Yeah.
Because after the uptick in volume in the summertime, when did it start really kind of bothering you?
Yeah. So just to give a little timeline. So, COVID happened in March of 2019, and then 2020. Yep. And then, all the gyms were shut down. So basically went and got all the weight equipment I could from my dad's house and wherever I could find it, basically doing like prison workouts in the garage at home. And my neighbors I barely even knew my neighbors, because who knows their neighbors when you work 24 hours a day. And my neighbors, we got to know each other, and I'm out in the driveway, like clanging and banging and running up and down with like boots on and, all this crazy stuff.
We have a really cool neighbor.
Yeah.
This guy's crazy.
Yeah. So we ended up, going through all that. And then and Preston, we started really increasing the volume like April, May, June, and then Kokoro was supposed to be July. And
we didn't find out about that till pretty late, because they were kind of
Yep.
uncertain on what they were going to do.
Yeah.
So we just continued that progression out.
Yep.
But what was it? May, whenever you started feeling some things?
It was June.
Was it June?
Because like in April, we did my first 24-hour workout.
Yeah.
So what is a 24-hour workout?
Go ahead.
Talk about it. You're the one that did it.
It's miserable.
I'm sure it's still fresh on your memory.
Yeah, it's terrible. So I think we started. On Friday night,
5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it started out with like a basic. I wouldn't say a basic CrossFit workout, but it was a pretty gnarly one. I forget exactly what it was.
It was something like a buy-in of a 2K row or a 1 mile run into like 3 rounds of some gymnastic stuff. And then I can't remember what it finished with, but Tom would typically have, there was a couple that were pretty extended in length, but it was anywhere from 30 minutes to like what was the longest ruck?
15. Oh, the rucks?
Yeah.
Oh, like 6-7 hours?
Yeah. So we had one ruck of 6 to 7 hours, followed by a big 2 hour rest, 2 to 3 hour rest, I think. But after all the 30 to 90 minute workouts, he would typically have somewhere between an hour to like eat and recover. And that included like flexibility, had that kind of written in, just some like, mobility work just to not get super tight. Yeah. Soft tissue work on the foam roller. And then right back at it. And he completed all of it, everything that was written.
Yeah. What stands out in my mind the most is about 3 o'clock in the morning.
I was going to say, what was the worst part?
This was like late March, early April. So the water was still, 50 degrees at Lake Norman. So 3 o'clock in the morning, after I was coming off of like a little rest after, working out for the last 8 hours or whatever, doing burpees at the boat launch in the water, doing burpees at the boat launch. Oh. And then I think we did, I don't know, it was like 300 of them or something.
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning.
That sounds fun.
I had the car lights on.
What was the workout? Do you remember it?
I don't.
It was burpees and a swim, right?
Yeah.
Was it burpees and a swim? It was like 10 rounds or something like that.
Yeah, something crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty insane.
That sounds horrible.
He had a couple guys come out. What'd you guys do at the end? There was was it a marathon row?
Zeno came out and we did a marathon row as a half marathon row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
There at the end.
Yeah, I've done that one
which
before.
took what, 50 minutes?
No, that's like an hour and
Some more?
30 minutes or so, hour and 45. Yeah. I think I did it back when it was in the CrossFit Games, and I mean, I was an hour plus. My wife watched
the half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My wife watched the entire Avengers movie during the half marathon row, so it was long. So when you're coming up with these workouts for Tom, what are some of the things that you're taking into account for creating this workout based on what this specific goal is?
Well, they give a kind of a set of recommendations on what they want to see you be able to accomplish out there before you come into it. So you've got an idea of like what baseline you need, and you need to be able to handle that with
when
ease.
Tom walked up to you and was like, "Hey man, I want to do this," like immediately were you like, "Yeah, you'll be fine," or were you like, "This guy ain't got no chance"?
No,
Because what was,
I was
Tom? What's your
concerned.
nickname there? What was your nickname?
Low T.
Low
Low
T.
T.
So
Low
were you
T.
concerned about low T on
now
this?
listen, who gave you that nickname?
I don't know. It just started when I first joined the
I thought it was hilarious. That
I
was the
think
first thing I heard.
Oh, it was such a hilarious
I
name.
think it was
like,
Jamie Bishop that gave it.
Yeah, Jamie. Yeah. It was such him and Nate.
At least maybe Nate, one of those guys.
Yeah. No, it was just awesome. I was like, dude, I can't even, like, what am I going to say to that? It's just, all right.
I knew we had a lot. I'll just put it this way: I knew we had a lot of work to cover. A lot,
Basically saying I had bird legs and a belly.
Yeah, I remember the first day I walked in to do a class, or I was taking pictures or something because I didn't come as early as you. You worked out, and I hear everyone just going, "Low T, low T," and I'm like, "This poor guy, they're calling low T. I feel bad for him." Little to know, like I actually knew who you were, and then I realized, like, oh, that's Tom. Well, that makes sense because Tom's a funny guy. He can appreciate a good low T joke.
Yeah, you can take it.
Yeah. Yeah, so the first workout, I just pulled up my file, was a 1 mile ruck with 50 pounds, then into 5 rounds at 96 inches, and then a 90-second row at a 150 pace into 50 candlesticks. And then it went into 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. was a 20-minute AMRAP with 50 jumping jacks, 40 plank jacks, 30 air squats, 20 single unders, and then 20-minute AMRAP with 100 meters per arm dumbbell over to head carry with 40 pounds, then into a 400-meter run, and then 30-second deadlift hold with 155.
So you can see there's like with those first two workouts, the first one being something that you're going to see a lot of, like a lot of rucking, a lot of pack stuff, and then kind of leading into more of a calisthenic based workout.
Body weight-ish stuff.
Yeah, with a lot of ISO holds, whether that's picking something up and holding it and then tormenting you and calling you names while your grip's going out and you're standing in cold water.
And that's why I knew the name calling wouldn't be an issue because low T was fine with it.
That's part of it.
Oh, yeah,
that's
it's
part
all
of the
part-
whole deal.
all part of
Like
it.
we knew what we were doing.
We planned that one a while back.
Yeah,
I always had this crazy idea of saying I want to do either, and I don't know if I really want to do it. I've always had the idea to do it. I either want to do a marathon run, and like I'm not a runner, but I want to do 1 mile on the hour every hour for 26 hours to do my marathon, or like a hero workout or a girl workout on the hour for 24 hours. I've always had that. Like I would do either one of those.
Can we video it?
Oh, I'd die. Like I would be completely dead. But like I've always thought, hey, I want to do that to say I did it.
perfect. We're doing another.
All right,
24
here we go.
workout coming up, so you can be my
You
partner.
can join
There you
in.
go. Join it in.
I might.
All right.
I have a lot of work to do.
I may have to do this one with you this time.
Do it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We're gonna say we're gonna bet it on air. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make it a thing.
When is it?
Let's do it.
I don't know.
Miserable
I'd say
May.
It's probably gonna be April or May.
Oh, that's a while from now. I might be able to be in like more shape. Right now I'm a shape and it's not a good shape. I need
Not a good shape.
I need to be in a
You're-
different shape than I
You're
am.
just a shape.
The shapes are not good right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of work to do that.
Yeah, I do too. I'll do it. I'm in.
All right,
I'm in.
One of the things that I've noticed too, like especially like in the early part of this past year, with the amount of volume that we were doing, was how much I had respect for like the actual recovery days. But also, my wife, she'd be like, "God, you can't even effing move," or some of this stuff. You know? And like, I would go do like the dry needling. So I would do a lot of that, especially like up my shoulders or like the high glute area. That is the worst place in the world. Is that high glute up here? Mm-hmm. Woo! When they stick that needle in, it releases that muscle. Your whole ass like goes like that, how it splits apart.
So you're saying your ass
terrible.
opened up?
Yeah,
Interesting.
Terrible.
I'll probably pass on that one.
Yeah.
Make a note over here.
I'm still kind of sketched out by the whole dry needling thing.
I've done it once, and it feels super strange. And then they put like these little electro things on it where they'll like stimulate it. Yeah. I'm like, nah, like you can just stick it in there, but I don't need you to also make it move while it's in my body. I'll pass on that. Yeah. One time was good.
It feels like somebody punched you. Like when you get done with it, it's like, oh, you're like super bruised, but then it takes about a full 24 hours for it to actually like come
Are you
together.
seeing lasting results with this? I mean, is it
with the dry needling?
Yeah, or is it just like a day or two and then it's back to where?
No, it lasts.
Okay.
It lasts. It's releasing. I don't know exactly what it releases.
Is it the lymphatic system or something?
It's an instant release of the muscle. Like massage therapy, you gotta rub it, stretch it, do all that kind of thing. This is like it's like popping a balloon almost. So you get like that instant release. But it feels like somebody punched you in the process.
No.
If anybody wants a dry needle Preston, he's in. We'll video that one.
Yeah.
I'm worried, man. I think you'll hit a nerve and I'll get like innervated or something where I can't like use my cheek. I'm gonna have like a
go here. Now, so I guess so right now July is the plan for this thing, right?
Yeah.
What is first off, what do you think's been the hardest part of getting prepared for this this thing that keeps getting moved?
It's just just like consistency, with just being a full-time, having a full-time business, parent, soon to be a new parent again. Just all the life things that happen. And then you've got, all the little like injury setbacks. I think in that second 24-hour workout, I messed up my shoulder and it was just kind of a lingering all through the summer. Mm-hmm. We remember it was like a lingering pain. Yeah. And ended up figuring out ended up being a frayed labrum, which was a good thing. So we just kind of laid off it. But during that period, I feel like I lost like a lot of my momentum for that 3-month period or whatever. So then it's been trying to get back on track with that. Especially I feel like I lost a lot with like pull-ups in general.
We finally, over the last month or so started implementing those again and putting those back into his program. But we've been, haven't been pushing it really. We've been putting those in like every 3 to 4 minute alternating EMOMs, kind of like strength cycle work. And I'm not putting a ton of volume on. It's like, 3 to 5 reps. We're typically working body weight, no weight added. Well, we might have a little bit of weight added to it, but nothing crazy. But just going to kind of let him continue to heal from that before we start putting those into workouts and scaling the intensity up.
Yeah.
Whether that's with overall volume or load or, frequency, whatever it might be. We're just going to make sure we're healed before we start.
Yeah.
That's probably the hardest part with your programming is making sure that like you've got to give him the volume, but then on the other side of things, you can't give him too much volume to break him.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the Russian coaches in Rocky?
I sometimes I do.
I must break you.
He's got me in there kicking like cinder blocks with my shin.
Yeah.
Kicking the tree, remember Bloodsport?
Yeah, exactly.
You need to write some random stuff like that and just see if he does it. Be like, yeah, I came back. Like, I don't know why you had me be in a split and like pulling my legs apart with rope, but like I did it. It hurt real bad.
Yeah.
My legs don't work anymore, but yeah I'm fine.
Exactly.
That's another thing Tom's going to have to, we're going to have to really get on is the mobility side of it.
Tin Man Tom.
Yeah, well, he's taken some initiative here, and he's doing yoga twice a week, and he's using that to help out with that as far as his his mobility, but also his recovery too. So that's I think you're enjoying that, aren't you?
Yoga, I didn't think I would really enjoy it when I started this whole thing. I started incorporating it, and that was one of the things that got cut out from COVID or whatnot. But I really enjoy it. I mean, it just gets you stretched out. You get a good workout. I didn't realize how much of a workout it actually was. You know, some of those movements and stuff. I feel like, you know, watching yourself in the mirror and you're watching all these young ladies in the mirror and stuff, and they're like.
So that's why you go to yoga.
I'm in the back. I'm in the back row. I'm in the back row. I'm back rowing it. I'm looking in the mirror. You know, you see like the teacher, and she's doing like this weird. I'm very visual, so I'm a horrible listener. So like when they say something, I'm like, I have no idea. So if I might be on like downward dog, I gotta like look up to see what the hell she's doing so that I can get the position right. But I'm like a pretzel back there.
It's like Bramhall.
Yeah.
Get your head down.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
Yeah. Get your shit together.
Oh man. So what? I guess what's next in your training?
Well, right now we're kind of coming off the shoulder piece of it. So Preston's been kind of building me back up to that, and then I think. You know, moving forward, I think it's mobility and getting that strength. I think it's getting pull-ups back hardcore again and all that kind of thing.
Yep. You know, we're going to start slowly approaching what we were doing last spring. You know, like we said, the other part of it is, you know, Tom's had some trouble with the kipping movement. And once he gets healed up and I feel like he's ready, we're going to be looking at a coach down in Charlotte to really help him get that nailed down. Pam Gagnon, she's helped several people out here at the gym. Several of the girls get strict muscle ups and bar muscle ups for the open. And I don't know if there's anybody better.
No,
anyway,
not around here, especially. Yeah. But I mean, you could even say that for the U.S. at least. I mean, she's good.
She's got it down. She's got it down. It's down to like a science. But you know, once I feel like he's strong enough and the shoulders are healed up enough where he can do it, we're gonna start looking to getting some help from her, and because one of his workouts is Murph.
Yeah,
they'll be doing
part of your standard testing before you go is you got to do Murph. I think within like I don't know, it's an hour and 10 minutes. I think it is.
Oh, you can do that. I did that.
You can do that strict, but you know, I want him to get out there and be able to move through.
Yeah, I did it. I did it strict, but it was like, damn, if there's an
easier way to do that, that would be nice.
I don't know about easier, but a faster way of doing it, that'd be nice.
I would just hate to see you get out there and have like a little kink in the chain or something like that, where some guys like those squats aren't low enough, and you have to end up doing 200 more, and then you're just tired as hell and you're beat down mentally, and you're having to do strict pull-ups the whole time, where you miss it by like 5 minutes. That would just.
Zeno was telling me that there was somebody at Kokoro when he went, and I guess the guy like screwed up or whatnot. They made him do no arm burpees. And it was at the phase where you better not laugh or you're gonna get your ass beat. Where they're kind of like tearing you down. And he's like, all I wanted to do, I was laughing so hard internally, but I knew better than to laugh.
Is this like just basically doing the worm and then you roll over on your back and kick up?
That's one thing, dude. I think I told you this story already, and that was actually in one of my workouts. Was a no-handed right here 10.
I know, that's from Zeno. That's straight from Zeno.
Burpees, dude. I'm in my front yard. I'm in my front yard at, let's see what time it was, 6:30 a.m. This was like the the end of it.
You probably should have did that one at like 2 a.m. when it was a little darker.
I'm already completely torched. I'm doing no-armed burpees in the grass. I'm like pushing off my forehead.
Did you go down your knees?
I was like, damn, this grass smells kind of like shit. We don't even have a dog.
Did you drop down to the knees and then roll to the chest, or did you like do a worm?
No, he just fell down.
I think I did knee and then kind of like forehead or like shoulder forehead, like kind of brace for impact,
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what Preston has concocted for the next part of the training.
Since you're going to be doing the 24-hour workout, I feel like you need to start just training with Tom.
Yeah.
You can ask
you work
Matt
out
Gauss
too early.
How that goes.
What did he do for a week?
No,
well,
he did it.
And I think this is a good time to bring up to any of the CrossFit 77 listeners if they want to join in Kokora. I'm looking for a partner. I have been for a year.
I don't need to partner for that.
It's not too late.
I just want to do.
They can jump in.
I'm just trying to make
maybe Bryce will want to jump in. July.
Bryce,
You got to get on right here and say whether you're going to do it or not.
Do you want to join in on the 24-hour workout in April?
April.
It's just a training day
End
for
of
Tom.
April.
We're all in. Bryce? All right, Bryce is in too.
He's in.
I think it'd be cool.
We're going to have a big training day.
I think it'd be cool is like whoever, like if you guys are all going to do that, or just anybody from the gym want to come in and do like one workout and just do like the whole 24 hours. You know what I mean?
I'm doing the 24. Yeah.
We could do it at the gym.
Bryce is like, oh, so it's
Potentially do it at the
24.
gym. But we are going to need we'll have to have access to water, so we might have to travel somewhere for that.
I'm not a great swimmer.
Yeah, and wanted to also,
Can I have floaties?
You can't.
You cannot.
We'll have to have a lifeguard on duty and somebody. to
Yeah,
dry
you
needle.
probably should. Definitely dry needler on duty.
Yeah, because I think this brings up another point too. Is last spring when I was doing all this, one of the other CrossFit members was Matt Goss, who's a 19-year-old kid, graduated high school, and he wanted to go to be a SEAL. And I talked to him a little bit about it, and I do a lot of spearfishing and stuff in the water. And I was talking to Matt about it, and I just asked him about his underwater competency. I was like, you better get on that. And that sparked conversation, and then we ended up training together.
Matt was already doing programming with me prior to that.
Yep.
And just to find out, like, I can't remember how many guys that he was with in his group, but I mean, placed third out of in his PT.
Dude, that kid ran from Mooresville to Charlotte.
He did. He documented that whole thing.
Like, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to go run to Charlotte.
He ran to Panther Stadium or something like that?
Yeah.
That sounds fun. I'm going to just go run to Charlotte today.
Yeah. He's a bad dude.
Yeah.
He's a bad dude. And I'll tell you this, like, I'm super proud of that guy because, like, I don't even think he ever swam that much. I mean, he wasn't a swimmer in high school. He played football. He might have played baseball. I can't remember, but did he play football? I know he played football. He's a quarterback, right? No, he's a receiver. Anyway, like, very little swimming experience, if any at all. Placed, I think, first in his group out of like 125 dudes in the swim part. Just by, I mean, and I hate going in early and swimming, like, especially like first thing in the morning. And this dude did it every single time I put in his program. And toward the end, it was two days a week.
Yep.
And
we were swimming together.
Like third overall in his PT. He's waiting for the Buds training right now, right?
Yeah, there's a backup in San Diego, I guess, because of the whole COVID thing.
And he's up in where?
I think he's up in Great Lakes.
Great Lakes, yeah.
I think he's at some Buds prep course, whatnot. Yeah. He's up in that area. But yeah, we swam a lot at the YMCA together, and then we would go down by my house, down by the water, and we'd be swimming, be like 50, 55-degree water. Out in the Pacific, when we go out there and they do like the water portion of it, all the beach training, that's
about the same.
The temperature will be 55. So like all last winter, I'd go down to the lake and sit in the water for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days a week. Could do that. But Matt would come with me. He would do it a lot too whenever we trained together. And it was like super awesome. Like after you crushed a workout and then go do that, like I felt like recovery. I felt like everything was better after doing that. My neighbors would come down there and be like, "What are you doing?" Like just sitting in the boat launch. It's like 6:30 in the morning, just me and the ducks.
Well, awesome, Tom. We'll all keep following along, but we'll probably end up having to have Tom back on after we do this 24-hour workout. And we'll let Tom explain how everyone else did. Yeah.
Yeah,
and then whoever's going to do this Kokoro with me and start training with me.
He's still looking for a friend.
That poor bastard's going to be.
He's had a couple prospects. Nobody,
fall off?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Nobody's biting yet.
All right.
Hit. I thought I had somebody in the figure 8 last week, but that fish swam away.
Oh, man. Well, awesome. Tom, thanks for coming on. Preston, thanks for having Tom. And guys, we'll see you next time on 77 Weekly.
Peace.
Yeah.